Hello everybody! It's Will, or hashtag bakingactor. Today I'm going to be making some cheddar bay biscuits. If you've ever been to a restaurant chain here in the Midwest called Red Lobster, this is their biscuit recipe that is on the table, and it is pretty amazing, and I've tweaked it just a little bit to meet our taste. But anyway, here we go. So first I have gotten my ingredients. This is all-purpose flour, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then a tablespoon of baking powder. It seems like a lot, I know, right? And then a tablespoon of sugar, and then it calls for a tablespoon of garlic powder, because they're garlic cheddar kind of biscuits. But we don't have any garlic powder in the house. However, we have garlic salt. So I'm putting a tablespoon of garlic salt in here, and it worked really well last time. All right, then my handy dandy little friend, say hello to my little friend, Whisk. I'm just gonna whisk all these ingredients together so that they are well combined, and there's no garlic that goes anywhere. All right, now that is my dry ingredients, and then for my wet ingredients, what we have here is we have a stick of butter melted. Okay, so the stick of butter goes in, melted, and then a cup of milk goes in. Now, if you don't have all these individual ingredients, but you do have some garlic salt or garlic powder, then you can use biscuits. That is another way that this recipe will work. Woo! I'm getting stuff everywhere. All right, so I've put my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients, and now I'm just whisking together. All right, now, so here's the trouble with whisking. Get stuck in your whisk. So I'm taking my handy dandy spoon here and getting it all out of my whisk, just so that I don't fling it everywhere, because I could just go and fling it, right? Getting that out of my whisk. It's pretty well combined. So now what I'm going to do is fold the rest of it in, just to make sure all the ingredients are kind of solidified here together. There we go. Then I've got mild cheddar cheese that's been grated. You can grate it yourself, or this is a pretty standard 8-ounce package size from the store. This is either you can use sharp or mild, totally fine. Put that in, and then fold it the rest of the way. You want to get this all incorporated into your dough. Ooh. As usual, I will make sure that I post the recipe for this. There you go. And she's starting to come together. Oh, the smell is amazing. It really is amazing. And it's going to look, I mean, the dough it's pretty, you know what? My hands are clean, so here's what I'm going to do. Stick my hands down in here and make sure that all this cheese gets incorporated into this sticky dough. The oven has been preheated to 450 degrees, and our dough is about to gather here. That's all it takes. This is why you have to whisk everything together first, because if you don't whisk it together, then when you put the wet ingredients in, it's going to be kind of hard to make sure that all of the items are incorporated correctly. So, okay. Now, other variations, you could add anything into this that you want. It's basically a dough that you've added, that I've added cheese to, but you could add anything you want. Like I've put ham in this before, and it's really great for a savory, right? All the stuff that I've been baking lately is mostly sweet, and this is considered your savory, okay? So you have your dough here a little bit. It doesn't have to be this hard and compact, but I've kneaded it a little bit. Now, I've got my 2 pans here with parchment paper on them. These are what's called a drop biscuit. So you just take some of the dough here and drop it. I'm just using like a standard large spoon. All right, so here's what they look like before they go into the oven. 450 for about 10 minutes, depending on your size, right? And they will puff up, so make sure that you place them a little bit apart on the baking sheet. All right, so the best part here. This really completes the recipe. You can totally do without the butter mixture or all the herbs. If you just want to put parsley and butter, I think that's what the restaurant does. But we are lucky enough to have a little bit of an herb garden here. So I have, before I said parsley, and it's not parsley, it's rosemary, thyme, basil, and cilantro, sorry. So I've diced all of these up and I've melted a half a stick of butter. I mean, it's got like a stick and a half of butter in this whole recipe. How bad can it be, right? All right, so I'm just gonna combine these in here so that we can mix it together. And the butter just helps all of the herbs stick to our finished cheddar biscuits. And again, if you're allergic to or don't like any of these herbs, you don't have to use these particular herbs. But it's really good contrast with the cheese, especially the rosemary. Oh my goodness. It's really great. So, okay. Oh my goodness. Look how good these look. Ah. All right, it's very hot. But while they're still hot, go ahead and take your melted butter mixture with all your herbs and just baste the top. I like to make sure that I get a little bit of those herbs in each baste. And again, you don't have to use these herbs in particular if you don't like the flavor of any of them. But they were very, very good for our taste buds the last time. These will last a couple of days in an airtight container. They don't usually last very long in our house anyway. And my sister-in-law Shauna has been taking a lot of stuff home. So it's totally good to share with your community. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Again, these are Cheddar Bay biscuits. I'll make sure that I put the recipe below. And I am Will, or #bakingactor. See you later.